Today, we're diving into the regulations for using electric wheelchairs in public places. First, it's important to understand that electric wheelchairs are generally treated like pedestrians under federal law. This means they're allowed in most public spaces where people can walk. However, there are some specific rules and guidelines to keep in mind. The Americans with Disabilities Act, (ADA), requires that public places accommodate people using electric wheelchairs. This includes shopping malls, restaurants, parks, and government buildings. These spaces must provide accessible entrances, elevators, and pathways for wheelchair users. You might wonder if these regulations vary from state to state. While ADA provides a baseline of federal protections, some states and local municipalities may have additional rules or restrictions. For example, some cities might have specific speed limits for electric wheelchairs on sidewalks or in pedestrian areas. Now, let's talk about some specific regulations. In general, electric wheelchair users should follow the same rules as pedestrians. This means using sidewalks when available and crossing streets at designated crosswalks. When on a sidewalk, it's important to maintain a safe speed and be considerate of other pedestrians. In some cases, electric wheelchair users may need to use bike lanes or the edge of the road if sidewalks aren't available or accessible. It's crucial to follow traffic rules and use caution in these situations. Public transportation is another area where regulations apply. Buses and trains are required to have wheelchair-accessible spaces and ramps or lifts for boarding. However, electric wheelchairs may have size and weight restrictions, so it's a good idea to check with your local transit authority for specific guidelines. Let's examine a few examples of how regulations might differ in various public places. In a shopping mall, electric wheelchair users generally have free access to all public areas but may need to use designated elevators or ramps. A park might have restrictions on which paths or trails are suitable for electric wheelchairs. And in a crowded indoor space like a museum, wheelchair users might be asked to maintain a certain speed or follow specific traffic patterns. It's also worth noting that some general rules of etiquette apply to all persons in public places, including electric wheelchair users. These include being aware of your surroundings, yielding to others when necessary, and not blocking pathways or entrances. As for rules of the road, electric wheelchair users should always travel in the same direction as traffic when on the street. They should use crosswalks and obey traffic signals, just like pedestrians. It's also essential to make yourself visible, especially at night, by using lights or reflectors on your wheelchair. In summary, while electric wheelchair users have the right to access most public spaces, there are regulations and guidelines to follow. These rules are designed to ensure safety for both wheelchair users and the general public. While federal law provides a foundation, it's always a good idea to check local regulations, which may vary slightly from place to place. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. This will encourage us to make more videos on this topic. Click subscribe to view other videos like this one, which focuses on increasing your understanding of your electric wheelchair options. To let us know your most pressing question about the topic of today's video, use the comment section below. We'll likely produce a video answering your question or post an article on our blog. The link to our blog is in the description.